what's up? Welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? My name is Emma. It's nice to meet you if this is your first time here. If not, hi. I have a huge, big book haul to talk about today. I'm just gonna jump right into it. No preamble. We have a lot to talk about. I'm feeling very chatty. I'll let you know exactly where these came from, how I heard of them, and yeah. Okay, cool. Let's just start. So these first two I was talking about in my May TBR, and they have finally arrived. So I ordered both of these, and they are Descartes and David Hume. I got two of the beautiful Oxford editions. I did not know Descartes' book. This is the smallest Oxford edition I've ever seen in my life, but I really freaking love this one. As I was saying in that video, I've been trying to compile a list of things, mostly philosophy, some theory, just things for the purpose of academia that I want to read and understand and just have a good grasp on. So I made a little list, and Descartes and David Hume were both on that list, so I decided to give them a go. I've never read either of them. So for Descartes, A Discourse on the Method. What even is this? It says it is an informal, intellectual autobiography in the vernacular for a non-specialist readership. It is his radical new philosophy, which begins with a proof of the existence of the self. Descartes' part starts halfway through the book, so I'm very interested. I think I'm gonna get to this one this month, and then hopefully this one as well. This is Hume's An Inquiry Concerning Human Understanding. Is this an okay place to start with Hume? I've never read David Hume. I just researched some stuff online briefly, and some random people on Reddit said that Concerning Human Understanding is a good place to start, which is the definitive statement of the greatest philosopher in the English language. Arguments in support of reasoning from experience and against the sophistry and illusion of religiously inspired philosophical fantasies. It caused a bunch of controversy when this was released, and yeah, considers the origin and processes of human thought. So we'll see. This should be interesting. Maybe I'll start making philosophy vlogs. Wouldn't that be fun? I don't know. But yeah, I just love these. I've been collecting the Oxfords now, and one whole shelf of my shelf is just wonderful matching Oxford editions, and it just makes my little heart so happy. So those are the first two that I ordered. This next one popped up in my PO box, and this is from Cami. I've never heard of this before, so yes, you are correct. You are the first to put this book in my hands. And this is Lud in the... Oh my god. I just got the biggest whiff of that. Look at how yellow these pages are. That's how you know it smells dank, like in a good way. It's kind of a hit or miss smell. Each page is a new scent. Okay, this is Lud in the Mist by Hope Mirrlees. I've never heard of this. Look at this though. Okay, I didn't actually take any time before this video to properly examine the cover, but there is a dude with a stick, and there's apples in the water. I believe this is a fantasy book, but you said it's absolutely underrated and fantastic, so I'll take your word for it. We have the town of Lud, which is this nice little sunshine place, which is a prosperous, bustling little country port. So they reject fairies, elves, and the like when the law is confronted with an outbreak of madness brought on by the eating of fairy fruit which had floated down the river. Oh, I cannot wait to read this. I'm actually so intrigued now. Oh my god, I love it. Thank you so much, Cami. Thank you. This is such a gem. If anyone has heard of this or read this, I've never heard of Lud in the Mist, so thank you. Cami also gifted me My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier. Thank you so much. I have this amazing author on my shelves. I've never read any of her work, I know, but where do I start? But yes, I don't really want to know anything about Daphne du Maurier's books, so I'm just going to keep it that way, but I love this old edition. It's very nice, so thank you so much, Cami. I would like to thank Notion so much for sponsoring today's video. You guys have probably already heard of this amazing note-taking platform. It's really so much more than that. You can use Notion for anything. I've actually been using them for almost a year now, so when they reached out to me, I was like, yes, let's work together, please. So I do have a few pages in my Notion that I want to show you guys. This one is called My Library. It's where I kind of keep track of what I'm reading, physically what's on my shelves and everything like that. It is so useful. I'm currently working on organizing all of my books into genres and then seeing how many I've read. As you can see, yes, I do own 720 books, and then this kind of lets me keep track of where I'm reading from. For example, I have 241 classics, but I've only read 65 of them. And then I do have a section for my Reading Around the World challenge where I keep track of all the books I currently have on my shelf that are from countries I haven't read from, so this is the entire list. This is the one I've been using the most recently because I've actually been making a lot of progress on the book series I'm currently currently reading, so I just created a table and then I just embedded it in this section of my library. So I did actually just finish the first book in the Graceling realm, I believe is what the series is called. This is really helpful because I am the worst at finishing series, so I love organizing it like this. Another page I just want to show you guys is my plant care page. I just really like how this one looks. So with Notion, you can literally insert pictures, videos, pretty much anything. You can just add any element you want, whether that's text, or if you just keep scrolling down, you can add emojis, tables. It's really just the heaven for organization. So this is where I just keep track of my plants, like what they need, just vague instructions to make sure they don't all die. And I just really like the way it looks as well. It's like a little plant journal. So if you guys would like to try out Notion, feel free to click the link in my description to sign up for Notion today. It is completely free. I opened this package and this is from Hans, and he sent me 3, like I don't even want to touch it. I feel like I should be wearing gloves, even though I know they're not that old. But they're 3 Rilke books, and it's just, my jaw just dropped. Like look at these. Are you kidding me? And like the whole text is like that old font, and it's all in German. Das Gründenbuch. Das Gründenbuch? Wait, Gründen, the book of, I think this is the Book of Hours. Oh my god, I'm just so ecstatic about this. Thank you so much. But then this one also came. Look at this. I believe this is from 1950, if I'm not mistaken. And again, it is in the same, and this one is Die Weif von Liebe und a long poem that Rilke wrote, so I do know what this one is as well, but thank you so much. And then this one as well is Sonnets to Orpheus, this edition. This is fantastic. Like I've never had, these are the oldest editions of Rilke I now have. And is this a first edition? This one is a first edition. 1942. And this one is a bilingual edition. Thank you so much, Hans. Thank you. Look at these. I'm gonna put these like in a glass case. This next one is from Rebecca. Thank you so much. It's really funny that you sent me this one because the day that I got your package, I had just ordered Huckleberry Finn because we're gonna be reading The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn for my American Lit class this summer. And then she sent me Navigating Early by Claire Vanderpool, which I believe is a middle grade. And it looks like it's won a few prizes, but it says that this one is like reminiscent of Huckleberry Finn. I have no idea what Huckleberry Finn is about. Never read it. I know nothing about Huckleberry Finn. Like I know those 2 words, no idea what they mean or what they entail or what the story is like whatsoever. But this one is about this young boy named Jack, and eventually I think he has to go on an adventure in the wilderness. The boys set out for the Appalachian Trail on the quest for a great black bear. Can the boys make it home alive? I guess it's just about these 2 dudes who really want to find a black bear. That sounded very ominous for a children's book. This next one I ordered, and I have put myself on a book buying ban, but I was like, you know what? My exams are over. I've passed my 3rd year of university. I just want to like buy myself more study materials. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And so this one kind of goes along with the list I was making. And so I did a little bit of research and I bought A History of the Bible, the Book and Its Faiths by John Barton. This is the Penguin edition. I've just heard this one is really, really well done, really well researched, not too much biased, and I was just really, really interested to learn more about just like religion in general, all religion. I was prompted too by just like myself and my personal life, but also I had recently listened to a Christopher Hitchens book and it ended up just not being what I was really looking for exactly. So I did a bit of research and A History of the Bible came up. So essentially this is, or it tries to answer the questions, where does one go to learn what the Bible actually means? Where did it come from? Who wrote it? How has it been read? And it's just like an overview of so many different things. So yeah, this looks like it's going to be a really great resource, and I assume I'm just going to read this very, very slowly, but this just looks absolutely fascinating. And as well, like for English Lit, the Bible is like such an important text to analyze. You cannot take an English degree without knowing, or at least, you know, being taught or reading some of the Bible at some point and other religious texts as well. So I just thought that was pretty fundamental to have, and yeah, so I picked this one up. This next one came without a note, so if this was you who are you? Thank you. You gifted me Mina and the Undead by Amy McCaw. I had heard of this one before and I was like, you know what, that just looks kind of fun. I need more fun books in my life. Like I really need more fun books in my life. I just need light, happy, fun sometimes, and this looks like it's exactly that. It has like cool edges, but this is a young adult book about Mina. What I've heard is that it's very reminiscent, very nostalgic of the 90s and like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. One of my best friends is obsessed with Buffy, but I've never seen it, never read it, never done anything, but this one sounds really fun, and it's set at the New Orleans Fang Fest in 1995. She loves nothing more than a creepy horror movie and can't wait to explore the city's darkest secrets. So while she's there, she lands a job at a haunted manor or something, what is this? A horror movie mansion? And she meets Jared.
What up? My name's Jared.
Her gorgeous housemate and fellow horror enthusiast. But I think this turns into like a murder mystery because they stumble upon the body of a girl at this mansion, and then they're trying to figure out like what happened, what's going on. Maybe there's more murders or just weird bodies showing up in New Orleans during this festival. This sounds so fun. Maybe I will save this for this coming October, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, whoever you are. Whoever sent me this, thank you. When I was younger, I was really obsessed with the show, the cartoon, oh no, Mona the Vampire. Mona the Vampire was one of my favorite cartoons as a child, so this is giving me a little bit of that. You guys really said you're gonna read poetry now. I definitely have a few poetry books to show you guys, and I'm really excited because I haven't read poetry for myself in so long, like aside from Rilke, but I was just so over it in my Renaissance course because basically during that time period and for this whole year-long course, English prose like basically just wasn't a thing. It wasn't valued, it wasn't being produced, or if it was, it wasn't getting a lot of attention because poetry was really where it was at. But I was just so tired and I just do not want to lay my eyes on any more English Renaissance poetry. But I do want to read these. So where do I even start? Let's start with this one. So this is canti, or I believe songs. Okay, I took Italian. I think I've mentioned this in a video somewhere. I took 2 years of Italian at university and I don't think it's gone. I can like kind of understand people when they speak Italian. I have not spoken Italian. I don't have anyone to speak Italian with. I have not spoken Italian in very long, but I believe this is an Italian poet and it does come with like the Italian and the English, so this is gonna be like a really good opportunity. This is gonna be a good exercise for me. So thank you so much. Like this looks so beautiful. I don't want to lose my Italian. I definitely don't, because I loved Italian and I love taking those courses, so this is gonna be really good. This next one, someone apparently wants me to suffer. This also came with no note, but this person wants me to suffer because they gifted me Crush by Richard Seiken. I was on Tumblr as a new teenager. Oh no, no, there is a note. Oh my god, there's a note. I didn't know this was even in here. Okay, this is from Sid. Thank you so much. I know you're looking to read more poetry. I never liked poetry until this book. The lines are heart-wrenching and beautiful, and I carry my copy everywhere. I hope you like it as much as I do. Thank you so much. That's so funny. I didn't see that at all. But yes, I have read a bit of Richard Seiken because like I was saying, I was on Tumblr in 2013, 2014, the dark ages, and it definitely took a number on me. I did have a Tumblr account where I would post my own poetry and all of that good, bad stuff. But Richard Seiken was someone who was quite prolific on the Tumblr sphere, but I had never read a collection of his. So this is Crush, which won the 2004 Yale Series of Younger Poets. And the poems, I guess, are driven by panic and obsession. If panic is his ground note, Seiken's obsessive focus is a tyrant, the body. Oh, I'm so excited for this one. This is a gift. This one was sent to me from Mari. Thank you so much. You said Mirabai's poems are one of my favorites, so hopefully you like them too. She sent me a collection of Mirabai's poetry, ecstatic poems. So excited. After I got this copy, I did a bunch of research on the poetess and I found out so much about her. She was born in 1498, eschewed the marriage her royal family had arranged for her, celebrating instead her right to independence and intense devotion to Krishna in both her life and poetry. I have a 24-hour readathon coming up. I think you'll see that vlog maybe even before this video, but I feel like I just want to pick this one up because this looks so good. I started reading the foreword and it just like instantly captured my attention. The foreword says, "It's hard to know where to start with Mirabai. She is outrageous in 10 or 15 ways. With enormous elegance and an exquisite grace, she moves to abandon her upper-class family, all the social rules for a married woman of her time, the conservative Hindu religious establishment, and anyone left over who believes in the middle road. Without permission from anyone, she takes on Krishna, who, in view of his dark bluish face, could be called the Dark One." Thank you so much. This is like a 5-star prediction. And then the last book of poetry we have here is Actual Air by David Berman, which I had no idea existed. Same with Mirabai's collection until this was in my P.O. box. And it came with a note. And this is from Steve. Thank you so much. It is a cult classic collection of poetry by David Berman, who is best known for his music in the indie rock band Silver Jews, where I initially got into him. Then he said, "I picked up his book and became enamored with its humor, insight, strangeness, and all-around craft." I just want to flip to one. "When it's snowing, the outdoors seem like a room." I think I might like this one. This next book I got thrifted when I went out and I was supposed to be buying textbooks and novels for class. I didn't find any, and so naturally I picked up something else completely, and that is The Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco. I did not realize how chunky this book was. As I mentioned in a vlog, I've only read just one essay from Umberto Eco about Casablanca, but this is the book. I don't even know. I've never heard of any other Umberto Eco books except for The Name of the Rose because people just keep yelling at me to read this. My dad has spoken so highly of it. A bunch of my professors at uni have spoken so highly of it. This is set in a wealthy Italian abbey in the 1300s, and I think it's like a murder mystery, but obviously much more literary than that, whatever that means. We follow Brother William, who is kind of like our detective figure, and essentially he has to dig into the eerie labyrinth of the abbey where the most interesting things happen at night. This next book was sent to me by Book of the Month. I'm just so excited about this because I had added this on Goodreads when I saw that it was coming out this year, and then I had no idea it was obviously going to be sent to me by Book of the Month, and I just got so excited and I wanted to talk about it again, and that is The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas. Oh my gosh. This is obviously giving a lot of Mexican Gothic right now. What I will say about Mexican Gothic, I really loved the ideas and the concept of it. I just thought it explored some really, really cool things, but the execution and the writing were so not for me. I thought they were not very well done actually, but I did give it 4 stars just because I thought the ideas and what it discussed were really, really cool. But this one says, it literally talks about Mexican Gothic. It says Mexican Gothic meets Rebecca. This is her debut like supernatural suspense novel, which is set in the aftermath of the Mexican War of Independence. We follow this woman in the wake of the war, and I believe her father's dead. She doesn't have very much security, so when this guy proposes to her, even though there are some like weird rumors about him, and it said, I don't know if he's just had a bunch of wives or if they've all mysteriously died, she says, "You know what? I'm gonna ignore the wife dying thing. I just want security." And so they get married, and they go to his estate in the country, which is where the hacienda is. And they stay there, but then eventually her husband has to leave for work purposes or something, and then all of these spooky things start to happen. She can't sleep, she starts hearing voices, just the usual. I hope this is good. I hope this is spooky. I hope this delivers where Mexican Gothic didn't for me, so that is The Hacienda. This next book I had never heard of, but it came so lovingly wrapped, thank you so much, and that is The Blank Wall. I don't know what this is about because the flap is just a passage from the book, but it sounds really creepy. It smells fantastic. I feel like it's like a horror spooky, is it a horror spooky one? I love how this feels, so thank you so much. This one I also talked about in a vlog, but I got it recently also for school, and that is Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. This is from my American Lit course. I'll definitely have many more thoughts because I'll be reading this in a couple of months for that class. All I know about this one is that it chronicles the nature of bigotry and its effects on victims and perpetrators. I think we follow one man, I'm assuming. This came out in 1952, and yeah, I'm just very excited to read it. Maybe write papers on it, who knows, we shall see, but I love this edition. This is the vintage edition. This one might be the most beautiful thing I've seen in so long. This is The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. I've never had one of these editions. You wrote the nicest note. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When we became friends on Goodreads, it came to my attention that there was a distinct lack of a certain cathedral and its unfortunate bell ringer on both your profile and physical bookshelf. Some people hate this book. Crazy people mostly, and also those who don't enjoy 30-page long chapters describing what Paris looks like from above. And then you also said, by the way, I think this particular edition might look better without its dust jacket. I did not take the dust jacket off because I wanted to wait for this moment to take it off with you guys, but this is so gorgeous. I have been wanting to read Victor Hugo for so long, but also The Hunchback, because I'm particularly interested in it and the ways that it coincides with the Phantom of the Opera, because Gaston Leroux was very much inspired by Victor Hugo, and as you can imagine, The Hunchback is somewhat of a similar story with a recluse who everyone just hates and fears, hiding in a prominent Paris structure. I'm really interested in that and the architecture, and anyway, I just think it's really cool, and those books have a lot in common, so maybe this could even be a new favorite book. I don't know. I've never read Hugo though, like I said. We're gonna try to take off the cover together, but I don't want to mutilate it. Oh no, okay, it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. I can put that back on very easily. Oh, wow. Favorite color. My favorite color. Wow, this is gorgeous. And what are these editions called? Seasons edition, and it has quotes throughout. Oh, I have never had one of these editions. Thank you so much. Okay, how do I put this back in without absolutely? So that is that one. Thank you. Look how so beautiful. Thank you so much. The last one, I had this book simply because I'm an idiot and I ordered it, was it last month or a couple months ago, because I thought this was like our next Dickens book for the Dickens versus Tolstoy book club, but it wasn't. And so now I have Dombey and Son. Even though I won't be picking this up for a while just because I thought this was our next read. It's not. But I do have another Oxford edition to add to my shelves. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much if you send me any of these, because I'm so gosh darn grateful and I cannot wait to read them. So I will leave you there. I'll see you in my next video. So until then, I hope you have a really good day wherever you are, and ciao.